Hey y'all, welcome to Bunny Talks. Now, there's a passport bro who is trending right now and is trending seriously. And the reason why it's trending is because he said his Filipino wife is becoming Americanized and is happening too soon. Now, I want us to go listen to this young man and all he has to say. Well, not so young because this man is in his 60s and the lady that he went all the way to the Philippines to get married to is in her 20s and they have two children together already, and the marriage is going through a ruckus right now. I want us to go listen to everything he has to say concerning all of this, importing his wife. I mean, he literally said he imported her. What does Geneva says? Let's go listen and I'll be right back.
Well, it didn't take long. It only took 2 years, literally to the day, December 27th, for my Filipino wife to become fully Americanized, hate everything about me and what I provide, and decide to leave. Yeah, welcome to the shittiest post that I'm ever going to make. There's a lot to it, and I'm not going to go into it, okay? But suffice to say, after providing and going on the Disney World trip, which included the funeral for my mom, I got up to day 6, I think, on that because it all broke down at Magic Kingdom. Fucking ironic. And I didn't post anything after that because when we got back from Orlando to St. Simons, Georgia, I was greeted with the announcement from Jayanne that she wanted a separation. And then I discovered through text that she had been discussing this with her family and making plans to also take the children. So, that's heavy, right? That's a nuke. And I'm going to go into my bunker. So I came downstairs in my nice 4-story mansion and just stayed by myself through Christmas Eve and through Christmas Day. And I missed Christmas with my children. My in-laws, my mother and my father-in-law, and Jayanne, they proceeded to open the presents without me. Presents of which, all of which I bought. Yeah, the separation is a separation. I'm lucky enough to have a big house and the logistics of it can be met right away, but I spent Christmas utterly by myself. And it's coming up on New Year's Eve, and I'm still alone. Because there's no communication from her. Why? Because she's communicating with her parents. She has the total backing and validation of her parents. Plus TikTok. All external sources of validation. And it's my position, my feelings are not relevant. She's got it figured out. She's got a plan. I'm waiting to hear what the plan is, and we'll see what happens from that point. But I'm pretty. I'm at peace with what has occurred, what could occur. I am done being Mr. Fix-It. Fix-It Felix. I'm not going to be the simp, nice guy, Fix-It Felix anymore. A relationship takes two people. And she made the decision for the separation. She's made the announcement and made plans with family to take our children back to the Philippines. And she's an adult. She has an accountability. It's on her to come to me and explain to me what her plan is, such that it is, and what can be done about it. So, surprise, no more countdown with the great fun in Disney World. It was a fucking disaster. And, that's the truth. Social media is not about the truth, but I'm about the truth, so that's what I give you. Thanks. Woke up this morning to almost 1,400 comments on my last post about my wife requesting a separation. And the only thing I'm going to say about that right now, and not get into any details, although I know you all want to, hear more of the story, is that the reason I went public with what's going on, and I did that because I believe in this situation, transparency is the most important thing. I think it's the most important thing in any problem. Just be honest. Now, we've gotten to this point because there's been a little bit of dishonesty from Jayanne in the form of texting with her family and people behind my back, discussing things that she really should have just come to me with first. That was our agreement from the beginning of our relationship. We've struggled with it, and that deal was broken. And so I'm not talking to anybody behind her back. I'm talking about our problem to the world, so that there's no mistake that I am sincere and authentic in everything that I think and feel. I may not be right, and I'm probably not right in a lot of cases along the path that has gotten to this point. And I will be the first to admit my mistakes where I'm somewhat the bad guy. But overall, transparency is the key. And this is the new digital age we live in. This is a form of communication. Jayanne and I are not talking. And maybe it'll make things worse. Maybe it'll make things better. I don't know. But at this point, I just want a way forward without me making unilateral decisions and pulling triggers, right? So stay tuned, because I would love nothing more than for Jayanne to come online with me and say what she wants, to, tell us her plan, right? To see where this can be fixed, if it's fixable at all. Honesty and authenticity. That's all I want. Thanks. It's the morning of New Year's Eve. Tomorrow will be 2025. And Jayanne and I, we still haven't spoken. But last night I saw Race and Rocky. After an appointment, I brought home McDonald's. And I just put it on the counter and I sat on the living room couch. And Race came down first. I didn't even know he was where he was. I didn't even know he was behind me. He came up behind me on the couch and just tapped me on the shoulder. And then Rocky came down the stairs. And she shouted, "Papa!" and bounced down. Both of them climbed up on the couch with me and just started jabbering away. It'd been a week since I'd seen them. And I moved them to the kitchen counter and I busted out the French fries and the McNuggets, and they gobbled it up. I had texted Jayanne that I was going to be bringing home McDonald's for the kids, and she gave a thumbs up to that, so all was good. And then after they wolfed down the more fries, Rocky said, "Up, up," which means she wanted to get down from the stool. And then she took my hand and she led me to the living room, where we have a big movie screen, and she jumped up on the lazy boy, and Race joined us, munching on more nuggets, and I put on Monsters Inc. and we watched a movie for about 45 minutes, and Rocky got tired and she scrambled back upstairs, and Race stayed with me until he fell asleep. So I carried him up and I put him down against Jayanne's back, and I left them together so they could sleep. And I came back downstairs. Of all the comments that I've received on the last video that I did, the ones that stand out are the people saying that I neglected my children on Christmas. I didn't neglect them. My staying away and my staying downstairs is to honor the separation. but it's also for everyone to see what that means, what that separation means. It was intentional. And I am heartbroken by it. But the stakes are high, and everyone needs to act with intention and clarity. So that's an update. Thank you.
Welcome to the top floor of my 4-story mansion in Honolulu, Hawaii on New Year's Eve 2025. And you know why I know that my Americanized Filipino wife is not going to leave me? She's pregnant. She may not love me, she may not want me, but she needs me. And that's what love is based on. Need. Don't fucking kid yourselves. Okay? Let's enjoy this New Year's Eve. Happy New Year to all of you around the world. 2025 from Honolulu, Hawaii. Now, if you've been following me, you know that for the last week, my life has been really, really bad. I've been separated from my wife, a Filipino that I imported because I was a passport bro. We have 2 children. They're my children. Don't question the DNA. And we recently had a big problem, you know. I tried to do the grand thing with a big family trip, brought her parents over here, and that connected my wife to her parents. And the family bond to the Filipinos is the most important thing. And it bothered me, so I insulted my wife's parents, and that pissed her off to the point where she said she wanted a separation. Now, she walked that back. Go watch her TikToks. But that's how emotional she was about it. Whoa, it's going off. It's been a bad week. And I thought that this whole thing would culminate in he said, she said, and both of us getting a chance to tell our own stories. But that's all been wiped out by the fact that Jayan is pregnant. Yeah, she got pregnant at Thanksgiving 2024. She's 5 weeks pregnant, so, you know, fuck it all. I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm a family man. I'm stepping it up. I'm stepping it up to be there in the most crucial way that she needed most after I dissed her family, cut her off. She's got me, and I'm not letting her down. 3 children. I fucking need it. My legacy is set. For that, she gets my total devotion and support. I've been here running for live.
My Filipino wife has been Americanized. My Americanized Filipino wife. That seems to be triggering a lot of people. Let me explain what I mean. In America, if a wife, even a girlfriend, is not happy in the relationship, all she has to say to the world on social media, and especially to the government, I'm not happy. And if she drops the word abused or anything along those lines, the American system steps in. It steps in to protect her against any for any allegations that she makes. And the man's side of the story is, it's all assumed. I'm an evil, controlling, patriarchal, oppressive white dude. And the narrative quickly, instantly becomes me bad, she victim. So the fight that we're having, that's still there. Okay. That's always going to hang over my head. I'm a passport bro. I brought her here. I married her here. I signed all the government forms saying that I will support her for a minimum of 10 or 1,000 years. I don't know. I don't even know what I signed. And all you dudes out there who have been through this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Americanized means weaponization of the male-female relationship to benefit the female, because family court is not a judicial system, it's a corporation. For profit, digging into the pockets of dads, of men. Because, yeah, we're in a patriarchal system and men still have most of the money. Now, that's exactly what's true in our relationship. She doesn't have any money. I have all the money. And it's, a relationship can go south when the woman has lost love for her man and she's just going for the bag. And if she goes for the bag, she's going to get a huge portion of that. That's what I mean by Americanized. Jayan is solidly Filipina, and that comes with a lot of stuff. And one of those things is she's going to be fiercely defensive for her family, her mom and dad. And this whole fight is hinging on the fact that I disrespected her mom and dad. Never mind that they disrespected me too. We'll get into that later. But Jayan is not Americanized in that she's materialistic or even greedy. But she senses and she knows the support that she would get if things really got ugly between us. The American system is on her side, not mine, not the man's. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, that's it for now. More later. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching.
So the thing is, I will never say that, don't value marriage. And I would never say give your all to marriage. As a woman, life does not end with being married, and life does not begin with being married. Marriage is a beautiful thing when you find a partner who shares your ideology, who is ready to match up with you, or is ready to lift you up, or you can lift him up, whichever way it may go. But when you're married to a person like this, who calls himself, like this man is outrightly owning it, that he is a passport bro, and his first marriage, did not bear fruit. He didn't make babies, so therefore, it wasn't working. After years, they parted ways, and is out and about with his doing his thing. He found another woman, but right now, this man did crazy things. Yes, he brought his wife's parents to come visit them where they were, but there was a disagreement, and he ended up insulting his wife's parents. I mean, come on. Even if you feel, I mean, he keeps calling himself rich. Are you really rich? Because when you're rich, you don't need to make noise about it. Like, these are things that shows on you, your aura, the way you carry yourself. Because you have money, a little bit of money doesn't mean you should be acting a fool and acting the way you're acting. Anyway, guys, there's a part 2 of this video, because the wife made a reply, but she replied him, and I'm going to bring a reply and what people thought about all of this in my next video. So you need to sit back, relax, and stick to this channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.